Language control through censorship and online moderation in Iran. In Iran today, language and online speech are deeply controlled by the government, not just in offline media, but on the internet too. These tools aren't only technical measures, they are political ones that influence how Iranians communicate with each other and the world. This connects to 1984 by George Orwell, when his book warns that reality exists in the human mind and nowhere else, showing how controlling information allowed those in power to shape what people believe is true. By blocking the internet and silencing protesters, the government is able to control what versions of events people are allowed to believe. Like when Orwell says, "The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command." The state uses censorship, internet blackouts, and strict online moderation to shape what people can see, say, and share. Overall, Iran's control over language and social media directly relates to Big Brother's thoughts that who controls the past controls the future, who controls the present controls the past. This month, as nationwide protests have continued across Iran, the government cut off internet access almost entirely, putting the country into a state that rights groups call digital darkness. Even before the internet was cut off, app blocks and website blocks were already in place. Some of the most notable blocks include X, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Additionally, international sanctions block services like PayPal, Spotify, and Google Play. Rebecca White from Amnesty International explained that the blackout was imposed to hide the true extent of grave human rights violations and crimes under international law being used to control protesters, and that access to the internet is a basic human right and indispensable in the times of protest. States have repeatedly used shutdowns as a tool to silence dissent and hide the truth. Internet shutdowns plunge people into digital darkness, blocking those inside the country from receiving information or sharing it with the outside world. This is entirely intentional. It prevents human rights violations, including unlawful killings by security forces, from being documented and perpetuates impunity for these state crimes. From recent reports, there have been a verified 5,000 deaths and over 24,000 confirmed arrests from protests. The government has also used severe internet, phone, and communication restrictions to clamp down on the protesters, making precise, independent verification nearly impossible. Like in 1984, where control is maintained not only through force, but by cutting off access to truth itself. Overall, the internet shutdowns is not just a technical measure, but a deliberate weapon of control, one that isolates people, erases accountability, and allows repression to continue in silence. According to Freedom House and Stand.ie, the government restricts independent media and blocks websites showing extreme media censorship, ranking low globally, 176th out of 180 by RSF or Reporters Without Borders in 2024. Heavily restricting online access with firewalls, VPN bans, and National Information Network (NIN) usage, specifically during protests. These policies have led to massive internet shutdowns, including the most recent and largest one, a 90% drop in internet access in January 2026, and the criminalization of foreign news and social media. Despite this, many citizens use VPNs and satellite dishes, which are owned by 70% of households, to bypass restrictions, while journalists face detention, surveillance, and threats. Iranian security forces have arrested over 100 journalists since the death of Mahsa Amini in 2022 and 2024 regional conflicts, making the country among the world's 10 biggest jailers of journalists, says Lucy Perrier. Based on reports from digital rights monitors, as of January 2026, censorship in Iran has been trending rapidly towards absolute digital isolation and establishment of a sealed intranet, says the National Information Network. Their government is moving away from traditional mass internet censorship and towards a permanent, state-controlled system that cuts citizens off from the global internet, treating outside access as what the National Information Network calls an existential threat. Authorities are also moving towards the possibility that these now temporary digital blackouts may become permanent, with the intention to suppress dissent, mask violence against protesters, and stop the flow of information to the outside world. Although the situation in Iran is extremely limited, there are still realistic paths towards reducing the country's digital darkness. New technology has made anti-censorship tools one of the most effective solutions available. Encrypted VPNs, stronger proxy networks, and satellite internet services like Starlink can help Iranians access outside information when the government shuts down the internet. While these tools are restricted and risky to use, they have already been used during past shutdowns, showing that they can work even under heavy censorship. Technology companies must play a major role in this effort by improving the safety and availability of anti-censorship tools. Companies such as Google, Apple, and VPN providers can begin by making secure apps harder for the government to block, offering mirrored downloads and protecting user privacy so people are not easily tracked. Satellite internet providers can also work with foreign governments to expand coverage and explore legal ways to distribute equipment to civilians who need access. Although none of these solutions can fully end censorship on their own, combined efforts from technology companies and global actors offer a real chance to weaken Iran's control over information and reconnect its people to the outside world.